through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
Oilers are on the cusp of NHL.com's top 5. Have they, Gregor, turned the corner? Are they for real?
How about that?
The 4-game collapse against Chicago in the playoffs is really what everybody remembered. I think the Oilers are for real. They've got depth scoring, and when you have two of the top, whatever, you want to argue top 3, top 4, top 5 players in the game, you're going to have a chance most nights.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, how about that? G'day, Canada. Welcome to the RP Show. Canada's daytime sports talk show is on the air. Opening a brand new week. It is episode number 432. I got to tell you guys that my wife's out of town. It's given me some time to do a little inventory, if you will, some bookkeeping.
Okay.
Right? Well, I was 2 shows off. So Clark had on the sign today was 4:30. I'm like, no, it's actually 4:32. I screwed up in my counting.
Oh, like you did real inventory.
I went back and I did real and not personal inventory.
Okay.
I do that every day. But no. Today's episode number 432 of Canada's daytime sports talk show. Get the comments coming in. I'm going to get to them. I feel like a lot of people are in a good mood. There's a lot of interesting things going on. Why are you laughing so hard?
So, like when we did episode 100, it wasn't 100?
No. This is just in the last 30 shows I screwed up.
This is like the movie Mr. 3000. We did the celebration. We're in the Hall of Fame.
No.
And somebody did the count back, and we're 3
I
hits
go
short.
back like every 30 to 40 shows and count on them so we know. Yeah. Coming up on the program today, the general manager of the Moose Jaw Warriors, Alan Millar, who just last week resigned to take a job with Hockey Canada. 12 days away from the Hub Center bubble opening in the Western Hockey League's East Division. We'll talk to Alan about that. Talk about Hockey Canada stuff with Al. From dubnetwork.ca, Paul Figler, the founder, will be joining us. There's a lot of junior hockey talk here today across the land. And don't worry, because I got some Q news and some results coming up a little later on in the show. And from the Lloydminster Bobcats, Nigel Dube, who's got some things he'd like to say. And the inside hockey people know exactly what he's going to say today. Today we are just giving him a platform to come on and get something off his chest with regards to return to play, governments, and all the rest. Okay?
Good.
Sort of like he's this week's Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hockey today in terms of our guests, but in the Quick Six show topics, hit it, please, Jordan. It's why we're the Golden Corral of sports talk. We've got a little bit of everything for you here in the Quick Six. And speaking of buffets, it's brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the NHL and UFC. So I see the comments are coming in like crazy. You've all been pent up over the weekend. You can't wait to get your comments in. Hang on. I'll get to those, but these are mine, and it opens with Sunday NHL leftovers. I'm just opening my phone to see what I tweeted. It's becoming quite popular. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the Islanders game yesterday. I didn't put this in my leftovers, but I'll say it to you people. Sidney Crosby was 0-0-0-0. Like, I had to check the stat sheet to see if Crosby had played. And I love Sid. He did not show up in the loss, the 2-0 loss to the Islanders yesterday. But you know who did? Barzal, Eberle, and Anders Lee. What a line.
You're playing well.
They make teams look silly. So I put Lee, Barzal, Eberle are filthy. Hockey people know what that means. Second one, Carter Hart remains Canada's future in goal. He's had an up and down, but it looks like he's stabilized. He's still very young, remember, and he had a shutout yesterday for the Philly Flyers over Buffalo. Also, with Patrick Kane, we are watching a live Hockey Hall of Famers. So please just soak in what we're watching. This guy's a Hall of Famer right before our very eyes. Sidney's that too, but we know that. With Kane, 3 Stanley Cups, a heart, every night. And he's the smallest guy on the ice.
I know.
That's the other amazing thing about Patrick Kane. So it was a night off of Scotia North games last night. So I was able to watch all of the U.S. divisions, and I enjoyed it. Ovi's not going to catch Wayne. I've made that distinction. He's 170, 180 goals off. He's only got 7 this year. And let's remember, he's got to score at a 40 to 45 goal clip for 4 more years. And he's not getting younger.
That's right.
I don't think Ovi's going to catch Wayne.
He's not.
And Columbus and Montreal have all lost 5 in a row. Those are the longest losing streaks in the National Hockey League. And the Jets fans are excited because, by the way, the Winnipeg Jets have won 4 in a row. There are so many leftovers to get to, right?
Tons.
Yeah, there's tons in the National Hockey League. But I got to move on. Point 2. The Scotties final was scintillating. You were watching the Golden Globes. What was up with that?
No, I was watching the Scotties.
Well, you were tweeting about Jason Sudeikis winning a Golden Globe. I just assumed you were watching the Golden Globe.
That was big news. The whole Golden Globes. No, there was one moment from the Globes that I had to be aware of. But no, I was watching the Scotties.
By the way, Chris Robinson's watching in Ontario. He says, "Happy Monday. Thoughts on the Sunday at the Scotties? Can't figure out why they don't go to a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 semi. 3 teams isn't enough when the curling's that good." Oh, my gosh, don't get them changing it now. Friday, the championship round carried over into Saturday, and then we got to the 3-team final for Sunday. Look, no, it's fine. It's confusing enough. Mm-hmm. But the final was highly exciting. It was. And here's the thing. I'm not going to watch curling all week like I'm generally not going to watch Major League Baseball for 140 games until the end, if it's interesting. So the final was very interesting, but it was very anticlimactic, and Rachel Homan having the opportunity to extend the game in a tied 10th end with a draw to the button, or at the very least a draw to the forefoot, and she fired it through. I'm like, what? That was fast. That was quick.
Yeah, you wanted
that
to
was
come
the elevator
down.
go.
You wanted to come down to the last shot.
It didn't.
It didn't.
So and that's the kind of loss that sticks with you, because Rachel Homan had stolen 2 the prior end. You're like, this is possible. And I was cheering for Rachel, obviously, because she's become a personal friend. And then my point is, when you get beaten because the other team outplays you, you can at least live with it. It still sucks, but at least you did everything you could do. When you blow it yourself, that never leaves you, right?
That's right.
And that's unfortunate for Rachel. Moving on, point 3. I could go on about this for a long time. The WHL returned on the weekend. I see comments coming in from the viewers. Wasn't it awesome? I couldn't get it on my phone, but I don't care, because I knew that there would be a ton of people logging in. It was the opening weekend, right? They announced their streaming service with WHL Live. I followed it on Twitter. Edmonton smoked Lethbridge in back-to-back games. Medicine Hat beat Red Deer in one rout and one overtime comeback. It was exciting hockey. Dylan Genther leads the Western Hockey League in points with 7 through 2 games. Hasn't had a lot of competition, but solidifying his status as a top prospect. It was a great weekend. I just found out last night from talking to my good friend Mydale Mike Lee, oil man from the Southeast, that apparently the live stream didn't work on mobile devices, and we didn't know. Here's my defense of the Western Hockey League. Here's my commercial for the Western Hockey League. Just because it didn't work on opening weekend, please come back, because they'll get it ironed out. Fair?
Fair.
You knew that they were going to crush it, and there was going to be a swarm of people trying to get on to watch. And I couldn't watch, but that's okay. Moving on to point 4, the CFL's COVID price tag. It was right after we got off the air on Friday that the news broke from the commissioner, Randy Ambrosie, that it's going to cost CFL teams over $1 million per team to test alone if they play in 21. Let's forget about getting fans in the stands and how we're going to pay these players and staff. It's $1 million right up. And I don't have any problem believing that. Not at all, because if I heard this correctly, the Reese's Senior Bowl played in Mobile a few weeks ago. They had the players there for 2 weeks, and the testing was $750,000 U.S. alone for 2 weeks. My NFL buddies have told me that their price tag for COVID testing was it was expensive by even our standards, NFL standards. So you see the report from our good friend Bob Knuckles Irving in Winnipeg, the voice of the Blue Bombers, saying, well, the teams are prepared to bite the bullet on this one. This isn't a couple of bucks. This is over $1 million per team in a league that, I'm sorry to say, let's be real about it, doesn't have any money now. So what am I missing here? I feel like we can all see where this is going.
Yeah, you look at teams that make money. Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, 2 of them that make money. $1 million, that eats into your profits. But I mean, if you look at it and you're making $3 or $4 million a year on a good year, then you know what? It's the cost of doing business. We're not going to do as well, but we're still going to be okay. But you look at teams that break even or lose money, which is a lot of teams in the Canadian Football League. $1 million is a big shortfall. Like, it's a big number. So you start understanding these barriers to entry for the Canadian Football League. And the more we know about this, guys, trust me, we will understand. So if we know that it's $1 million for testing, and these extra, if you're going to quarantine players is going to cost this much, and accommodations, because you got to be in the same hotel, cost this much, blah, blah, blah. If we know that price tag, I will be okay if you say, look, it's too much. We can't do it. I'm going to elect not to play. We would understand. But just to elect not to play and give us no reason why or no details, that's where we have trouble.
I put that in my 10 things column, which was posted yesterday to rodpedersen.com, and that is, with this latest revelation by Randy Ambrosie, if the CFL comes out and says we're not playing in 2021 and this is the reason why, I don't think any of us would blame them.
That's right.
So that's what you're saying, and I'm just summing it up. Patrolman Pete's watching in Winnipeg, and he says, looking good today. By the way, Rod, that's your number 1 bunny hug. That's why I wore it. We got a lot of fans and friends in Winnipeg, and who would have ever believed that, given my 20 years with the Saskatchewan Roughriders? It's Jets game day. They got the Vancouver Canucks in town, and that's why I'm wearing it, because the Jets have been the nicest NHL fan base of any team since we launched this show. The nicest NHL team to us has been the Vegas Golden Knights.
That's right.
But I wear enough of their gear. It's Jets game day. Let's go Winnipeg. We love Winnipeg. Patrolman Pete goes on to say, I have given up on understanding the Scotties format. As soon as I figure it out, they change it again. That's my point. Let's just leave it the way it is. It works for them. The 2 best teams made it to the final. I think we're all okay with it. So let's move on. Point 5. So the Blue Jays open up with a 5-0 lead over the Yankees yesterday. I watched most of the game. Then the Yankees are coming back, and the Jays hold on for a 6-4 win. But I will say this, and I don't really care what I say about broadcast networks anymore, because clearly they're not hiring me. Doesn't mean I'm going to mother-father them, but I'm watching the game, and it's the Yankees feed. I thought at least we would get Buck Martinez. I texted Clark a little bit like, what do you know about what's going on with this broadcast? Where can I find it? It's clearly not going to be on the radio because they're not doing that. I know who Michael Kay is, the longtime voice of the Yankees, sports talk host in New York. I don't want to watch him broadcast a Blue Jays game, but I, at the very least, will do it so I can watch the Blue Jays. But now they're interviewing the manager in between innings, and they're interviewing prospects. It's all Yankees interviews, which, incidentally, it's a New York broadcast. That's not the Yankees' fault.
Right.
I don't want to watch this. And have the Blue Jays said anything about Sportsnet saying they're not going to carry their games on the radio this year? Because if I was the Blue Jays, I would be extremely ticked off. This is our game in Tampa against the Yankees, and you're showing Yankees interviews? What the hell is wrong with sport? It ruined. Yeah, we can all watch the game, but it's split screen. Tiny little screen over here of Aaron Judge at bat or Vladdy, and then the other box is an interview with a Yankees player. I don't want to see that. So Sportsnet, can you figure it out, and figure it out soon? Because they're playing the Pirates today. So what, are we going to get the Pirates broadcast? We're not used to this. This has never happened before. There was opening day of the preseason. It should have been Buck and Tabby.
Should have been. We only have one team in Canada. Can't we take care of this, please? Now, on the radio thing, yes, there is nuances to radio. And, I grew up in radio. I love listening to baseball on the radio. It's great. We're still going to have baseball on the radio. It's just going to be Dan Shulman calling the game.
That's not baseball on the radio.
I know, but it's going to be on the radio. You can still listen to it. It's going to be okay. It will be interesting to see what that experience is like, how Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez changed the way they call the television game, knowing that it's also being simulcast on radio. But it's not a good sign when, you can't get the games on radio. They're starting early. This is a team that's got a lot of hope and promise. They just spent some money. Looked like they're going to contend. You're trying to capture the whole nation behind the Jays. And
we're watching a Yankees broadcast. It was all well and good until you're sitting in it, and here's the game, and I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. This is not what I tuned in for. Shame on Sportsnet for their decision.
That's right.
Moving on, I'll get to some of these. There's some great comments coming in here from YouTube Live and Facebook Live, but this is my section, the Quick Six. Point 6, Russell Wilson saga. We're not going to get into NFL talk. You can find that in other places, but it is interesting to watch. But you know what? Drew Brees is teasing that he's going to come back, and now Russell Wilson's trying to get him to chase him. I'm like, you know what, guys? Get real about it. It's just off-season merry-go-round bunk, right? Trying to NFL staying in the news. So figure it out, Russell, and let us know where you're going. Friday's Rockstar of the Day was John Frenzy. Probably not a shock to anybody, but I'm just putting that out there for Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions. Proud sponsors of the Rockstar of the Day. Telemiracle 45. Dupes and I were on it yesterday. For those of you that are watching outside the province, you probably don't know what it is. You ex-Saskies do know. It's a weekend-long Telemiracle. There it is. A weekend-long telethon on CTV where they have on musical acts and people raise money. And with our partners, who was it? Flame Tech, Capital Auto Mall, Direct West, and Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions, and our staff all took up a collection. $1,500 went to Telemiracle. Thanks for having us. Lifelong bucket list of mine was getting on Telemiracle as an appearance. Took a pandemic for me to do it. Thank you, Telemiracle, for having us on.
Third most money raised.
Over $5 million.
Yeah, $5.6 million. It was incredible.
Figgy wants to know how many Rockstar hats John Frenzy has. He's either got like 100 or just one, and he wears it all the time. It's all that he wears. Anyways, from the YouTube, just in the time that we have left here before we bring in Alan Millar. Is Alan ready? Oh, we can break, right? Let's not make Alan wait any longer. The general manager of the Moose Jaw Warriors, he's an Ontario guy, and he's now with Hockey Canada, so we can talk about a broad depth of things, and I'll get to your comments later in the viewer takeover. This has been the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the NHL and UFC, and you're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube, and Facebook Live daily, and 24-hour sports talk radio for Suds Full Service. Car wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 Ford F-150, Explorer, or 2020 Ford Escape and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of thoroughly inspected pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
There's something for everyone at the Mad Greek Eatery. Delicious Greek dishes, pizza, lasagna, pastas, soups, salads, and much more. The Mad Greek Eatery brings the best authentic Greek cuisine right to you. Available for licensed dining, events, delivery, and takeout. For the best taste and huge portions, there is only one place. Visit the Mad Greek Eatery, downtown Moose Jaw. Call for takeout and delivery today.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. While the world seems to be facing one challenge after another, our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Building a deeper connection with our fans by putting them in the show. It's a new era of sports talk. The Rod Pedersen Show airs from 10 to noon, Monday to Friday on Facebook Live. Join the conversation today and tune in. Online, on your phone, at home, at work. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And subscribe on YouTube for all the content you want to watch. Don't wait, do it right now. Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is. Welcome back, everybody. And I'm noticing people have some very strong opinions on sports topics today. I can tell you the last 20 minutes of the show of this hour will be dedicated to that. But we're going out on video chat now because it's not every day you get a general manager of a major junior team. The Warriors' Alan Millar joins us, and now also full-time of Hockey Canada. Hey, Al, I recognize that as your office. I thought you might be in the Regina bubble, my man.
No, I'm here in Moose Jaw. Spent a couple of days in Calgary last week. Was excited to get into the rink in Lethbridge Saturday night and watch the Oil Kings and the Hurricanes. And even before the Hockey Canada gig, Rod, I was never going to go into the hub. We've got good people there, as you know. James Gallo leading the charge with our coaching staff, and I'm just going to be going in and out for the games. So yeah, in the office in Moose Jaw here this morning.
Okay, I'm not going to get deep at all into any of the health and safety protocols or what your players are going through unless you want to. I just assume if the Dub wanted that publicized, they would do it themselves. But this is more an interview about you plus your roster, which you unveiled here this morning for the Hub, 25 players. But with your resignation last week in Moose Jaw, it shocked me, shocked a lot of folks. Can you discuss that and your new role with Hockey Canada and how long you're going to stay on with the Warriors?
Yeah, sure, Rod. I think it was a difficult decision. I love managing in the CHL. I particularly, the 10 years here in Moose Jaw in the Western Hockey League, I've really enjoyed it. There's been the odd other opportunity that's come along, but never that made me think about leaving here. And when Scott Salmon approached me about, really it was a combination of the head scouting position and the director of national teams position, which ended up being director of player personnel, gave me an opportunity to lead the player personnel for, World Juniors, the 2 under 18 teams, under 17, but at the same time, some responsibility to lead staff, lead programs, manage teams, be on the management group for the World Junior team. It just became one of those opportunities that was too good to pass on. My wife Kelly and I, we're looking forward to a new life adventure. We're going to eventually head to Calgary and buy a place there. So difficult decision, but exciting at the same time. And now we sit here today for a couple months. I'll engage with Hockey Canada. Obviously, we got some work to do for the World Under 18 Championships in late April and mid-May in Dallas. I've got some work to do on putting that team together. But it's real important to me to help get this season up and going. Help the board here with the transition to a new management group. I'll be, let's say, wearing two hats for the next 6 weeks or so, Rod, and excited about it and looking forward to it.
Well, that's not anything new for you, as I know, because you've been working so much with Hockey Canada over the last few years. But anyways, I hope you're not a stranger. Hopes to still see you around. And the other thing was I started writing this column for Dub Network, as you know, on the Western Hockey League, and I started adding up wins over the last decade, and the Moose Jaw Warriors have the second most wins in the division behind the Brandon Wheat Kings. And I thought, whoa, that's a lot. Like, I got to think you're proud of things that you've accomplished in your time in Moose Jaw.
Yeah, you know what, we are. I think that, we've been able to, I've been able to surround myself with really good people here that have been part of our team for a long time. There's been some continuity. I think we've built a professional culture. I think we have a player first environment here in terms of how players are treated, the facilities that we have here in Mosaic Place, the leadership that we have here. We've had some peaks and valleys, as you know, but we've also had some good teams. As I said in the presser last week, I think 2018 will haunt me for a long time or forever, just in terms of, how good I felt that team was and the fact that the Memorial Cup was in Regina and how bad we wanted to get there. But all in all, I can't say enough about Moose Jaw, the community, the people, Saskatchewan, Rod. I've met so many great people here. We've been treated so well. We've made lifelong friends that will continue. I'm happy that I'm staying in the West. I'm happy that I'm going to be in Calgary, but it's going to allow me to stay connected with the Western Hockey League, with the managers, the coaches, staff, media. I'm going to be connected in terms of working with coaches and managers, in terms of putting national teams together. And the other thing, too, is creating that network to make sure we're always bringing the best young people, whether that's trainers, equipment managers, video people, coaches, to our national programs. So I look forward to staying connected with everybody. And, Rod, I'll always be available to do your show anytime you wish, my friend.
Oh, good. That's good news. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you oversaw the Warriors going from the crush can to the plush new Mosaic Place. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can be proud of in your time, Al. Now, to your roster, I know it was interesting. Great breakdown by James Gallo, but your PR guy today, by the way, on your roster by age, by province, and all the rest. And I noticed you got Braden Yager in there at 15 years of age in the bubble on your 25-person list. Connor Bedard, same age. What's your expectations for Braden Yager? And, how's that going to work out, do you think?
Oh, I think it's going to work out fine. I think there's a balance to what we're doing here in terms of how we finalized our roster and what we want to accomplish in this 24-game season. First and foremost, we want to be competitive. We think that we've got a good young group here that's got a chance to grow together and have some success starting next year. Early based on last year, it's important for us to win as many games or win more games than we lose in the hub. And so we're going to be competitive while at the same time, make sure that we're, getting our young players into that environment and development's going to be a key. And I think the opportunity to bring in Yager is an important one. I think you look at Bedard and Yager. For me, they were clearly the two best players in that draft, and I think they're both special players, and I'm excited to see them go head to head for a long time here between the two rivals with us and the Pats, and looking forward to see how these two young guys do in the hub. But this guy's a special player, and he's going to have a great career.
To our viewers in Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes, hang on, because I'm going to get to some questions for Al on that, because he can speak to it. But let me just say this. 7 teams in the hub. They are Winnipeg, Brandon, Regina, Moose Jaw, Swift Current, PA, Saskatoon. That's 7. How do you approach that? Can we get a cup, like the Rob Carney Cup or something to play for? Like how? There's no playoffs, right? Like some sort of standings thing? Have you guys talked about that? Do you have some little competition on your own that we don't know about? Because it has a preseason feel, you know what I mean?
I think there's been some discussions. I believe that the league will be rolling out at some point before we drop the puck on the 12th. Some type of division championship, whether that's a historical alumni cup, Rod, or it's a sponsored cup, a pennant, whatever. We know that, hey, it was important for us to offer this season type of season for our players. We want it to be competitive. We want it to mean something other than just development only, which is important. But the calls that we've had, I think you're starting to see the competitiveness coming out of the John Paddocks, the Dave Ritchies, the Curtis Hunt, Alan Millar. It's going to be competitive, and haven't got to the side bets with Huntsy and Paddock yet, but I'm sure those will come. Okay, good. I like the Mad Greek Cup, Darren. What do you say? Let's sell it. I'm in. Let's raise some dinero here. And Al, you came from the O. Are you an original Guelph guy? Because I know you're with the Storm. Is that your hometown, or what do you call as your hometown? I'm from a small town north of Toronto, just south of Barrie, called Tottenham. And, Tottenham. So that's where I grew up. My first job was with the Leafs American League team when it was in Newmarket. And I went from Newmarket to Guelph and then bounced around from there. My wife's from Guelph. We met while I was managing the Storm. But between being assistant GM in Guelph for 2 years and GM for 7, I was there 9 years. Right. I knew that there was a connection there, and I apologize. But because we're on the air across all 10 provinces, there are major junior teams in all those provinces. I just wanted to tell our viewers what your national scope is here. So we only got a couple minutes left, but what is your take on the OHL not playing, the Qs playing in some places, not others? I see Halifax, Cape Breton have been halted for a while. Charlottetown's had the brakes put on in the last 24 hours. It's a tough time. What's your take on if we'll finish a season here across the country? Yeah, it's a great question. I give all the ownerships across the CHL credit on not just pulling the plug and and saying, let's shut her down. Let's try and do everything we can to offer a season for, for our fans and in particular for our players. I think Quebec is doing everything they can in terms of establishing hubs and trying to get going. And I think I just saw that New Brunswick's going to start to get going here in March for the first time in 3 months. And then Ontario continues to be in a standstill. I know their last proposal to the government there sometime last week got turned down. But I know that they're still working hard to try and put something together to start in early April. So wish them the best, and hopefully all those players get an opportunity to get on the ice.
No kidding. Well said. Well, Alan, congrats on all your accomplishments in Moose Jaw. We'll miss seeing you around, and I mean it when I say I hope we still see you around. Keep in touch, and good luck in the hub.
Thanks, Rod. I appreciate it, and I will be around, and I look forward to seeing in the Pats media room every once in a while. All the best, and all the best to Darren and everybody there as well. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Thanks, GM. GM Alan Millar joining us from Moose Jaw. And isn't it nice he's leaving town and you guys have patched up your differences?
First class guy.
Wasn't as much Alan, it was more so Tim Hunter.
Of course, who we've also patched things up with.
Yeah, exactly.
So life is good.
I'm going to get to a sports update when we come back. I'm going to run the gamut. Actually, we're right on time for a break, right, Ryan? Rocco? Yeah, we are. So we're going to take a break here. Viewer takeover right up until the top of the hour. And then coming back in hour 2, we will be joined by Paul Figler. We're going to get figgy with it from Dub Network. And Nigel Dube of the Lloydminster Bobcats. It's a junior hockey day, and there's something I want to say about that. You're going to like it. So hang on. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003. There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Pedersen Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends. Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms?
It's embarrassing.
Now, back to the studio with Rob.
All right, we're back. All right. You know what you missed? Here's what we're talking about. I said to Darren, I wish that I was a better golfer because the Spit and Chicklets guys were in Florida yesterday. They were having a big old time. Then they did a live stream where people logged in to watch them watch a hockey game. I know, right? Not really my thing, but they had huge viewers. And I said to Darren, I wish I golfed better because we would have better opportunities if I did. And you said maybe that's your shtick, which you mean maybe I'm the crappy golfer and everybody laughs at me.
But that's embarrassing.
Which they're already doing.
So I know Shane's watching, but like...
Shane Mellinson from Deer Valley.
Seriously, and this is real serious, do you want me to work... I'll work that into the deal if you want to go do some one-on-one time with John Greeno. Like, I'll build lessons into the sales package.
I probably will get lessons, but here's what everybody told me last summer, in the pandemic summer. Oh, you have all the natural ability. You could be great. You just need to spend hours on the practice range. I don't want to spend hours on the practice range. That's not where I want to spend my time. Yet you all want to golf every day. Where's the rubber meet the road? Where's it come together?
I know.
Anyways, it's not... Talk about first world problems.
Right.
Sports update here. Carrie Anerson is a winner at the Scotties for a second consecutive year. Anerson's Team Canada rink defeated Rachel Holman's Ontario squad 9-7 in the Hearts tournament final in the Calgary bubble. Mike Weir finished in second place at the Cologuard Classic in Arizona. The Canadian entered the final round in the lead, but ultimately lost to Kevin Sutherland by 2 strokes. The Toronto Raptors were unable to play their NBA game against the Chicago Bulls due to COVID-19 health and safety protocols. The Raptors did not have the minimum 8 players required to play. The Toronto Blue Jays won their first spring training game of 2021. They defeated the New York Yankees 6-4. Left-handed pitcher Anthony Kay struck out all 6 batters he faced in 2 innings of work. Brooke Henderson finished in a tie for 16th place at the Gainbridge LPGA tournament. The Smith Falls product finished her tourney at 6 under 282. Nelly Corda won the event. And another Quebec Major Junior Hockey League team has been forced to pause its season due to COVID-19. The league announced Sunday that new restrictions in PEI have forced the Charlottetown Islanders to suspend activities until March 14th. Similar restrictions in Nova Scotia have forced the Halifax Mooseheads to pause their season as COVID-19 cases climb in the province. With the Islanders and Mooseheads on hold, the Q says the Cape Breton Eagles will also have to take a break from games. The league announced Saturday that restrictions have been lifted in New Brunswick, allowing games to resume for the Acadie Bathurst Titans, the Moncton Wildcats, and the St. John Sea Dogs starting the week of March 8th. This sports update for Ballers Rec Room, Saskatchewan's newest entertainment destination. Visit them on the heart of the Dewdney Strip. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. And my point, by the way, Darren, this guy was born in 1987, so I'm pretty sure that he would not grasp this. And Clark was born in 1991, producer Clark, so he definitely wouldn't. What we're doing here with this show is not reinventing the wheel. Talking major junior hockey, American League hockey, NLL, NHL, CFL. This is not groundbreaking stuff. This is TSN 1993. That's what the network was built on.
That's right. ESPN.
Right. Like I went through, well, TSN's running ESPN stuff during the day. They used to run this stuff during the day on TSN. But there was no Raptors then. You know?
Yeah.
But the world's soccer Where the hell was soccer in the early 90s and the 80s? Didn't even exist around here. Now I turn on, this is not bashing TSN. I'm just saying we're doing what they used to do. That's what made me fall in love with the network. And I still love it. I watch it all the time. I watch SportsCenter every morning.
Right.
But I'm sitting there going, why am I watching the Hornets and Pelicans highlights? Why am I doing that? Didn't the AHL play last night? That's all. So that's what we're doing here. And it's nice to sit and chat with people. And that's what we do. We are full on into viewer takeover right now. So let's do it. And by the way, 7 NHL games tonight. Before I forget, let's get into Sports on Tap for the Tap Brewhouse and Liquor Store, drive-through liquor store. I got a million sponsor reads here. I'll find it. I feel like Harry Doyle. I can't find it. Sports on Tap, NHL tonight. Flames at Sens. Carolina at Florida. Vancouver at Winnipeg. Minnesota at Vegas Golden Knights. St. Louis at Anaheim. Leafs at Oilers. And Colorado at San Jose. 7 games tonight. Minnesota's got a 6-game win streak, by the way, going into Vegas tonight. Major League Baseball, I mentioned earlier, the Blue Jays face the Pittsburgh Pirates today. Whose broadcast are we getting? Is there even going to be a broadcast of that?
Good question.
Can somebody tell me? And in the NBA, the Raptors are off. But anyways, that's for the sports side. There was a good liner there. You should see how many liners. Here it is. The Tap Brewhouse and Liquor Store is now open for dine-in or pick-up. The liquor store drive-thru is open, plus you may also shop inside. Please follow social distancing guidelines and help everyone stay safe. So that's what's going on at the Tap. You want to spend 30 seconds on the Oilers and Leafs because I see Clark is infecting the comment section with commentary on the Toronto. Save it for your own show. Not a joke. Leafs Oilers. They took the Oilers behind the barn Saturday night.
Unfortunately, they did. The two things for me.
Unfortunately for who?
Oiler fans. And the game, too. Like, you know, there's a couple of tweets. One came up and said, you know what? The relationship between Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid is so strong from them working out together in the offseason that Matthews said he's not playing, so Connor McDavid decided to take the night off, too. That was kind of funny. But I like Mike Smith's mask. Love that mask.
It's all right.
And
it's a tribute to Grand Fear, is it not?
I think so.
I think so.
And Jason Spezza's goal.
Very nice. Filthy.
I've watched it on a loop. I just enjoy. I'm like, he faked a shot.
Filthy.
Then he kind of faked the pass across and put it in the open side of that. Filthy. That was filthy. So that was really fun to watch.
How old is Spezza?
34?
He looks good.
I think.
Never been known as a playoff performer.
No,
just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. 37, Clark tells me in my ear.
I was going to say.
So anyways, see, it didn't take much to just get everybody alive today. Like, look at the comment sections here.
Yeah.
There's some. You guys need to calm down with the racial comments, the racially insensitive comments in the YouTube stream, or you will be punted. I have to say that. But Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg says, you cover all my favorite stuff. CFL, NHL, WHL, AHL. That's why I like your show so much. That's why we do it. Habs for Life says on YouTube, sad what TSN has become. I still watch it every day. It's still my favorite network. Like, if there was one network that you could have for the rest of your life, for me it would be TSN. But I just go, where did we take our eye off the ball here? Because I thought we were a Canadian network. Why are we showing European soccer and, sorry to say, Australian tennis? And I'm sorry. Yeah, there's Canadian counterparts playing. There are Canadian participants. I get that. Bianca Andreescu and Jeannie Bouchard hasn't done much lately. I get that, but it's just not what it used to be. And I just thought there was a place where we could do that. It's not that I'm overly smart. Believe me, I'm not. Never told anybody that I was. What we're trying to do here is what TSN was doing in the early 90s. That's what built that network. Well, Jason in Red here says that TSN is the Toronto Sports Network, right? Well, this channel we're on is based out of Toronto, too. We used to joke about Toronto Sports Network in the 90s, and looking back, that was 25 years ago. It's not even close.
I know. But as you know, we learn that kind of the business now. We have a lot of viewers out there, right? A lot of viewers. And Eastern Canada, I mean, it's where the population is. So I understand a little bit of
why they do it.
But you do need to speak to the whole country.
Yeah. And they don't.
Not as much as you'd like.
Yeah, but if there was only one channel you could have for the rest of your life, Game Plus not you only got 30 seconds. Can't include Game Plus because that's what we're on. What's the one channel?
TSN.
TSN for me too.
Yeah.
Used to be A&E with American Justice and Dog the Bounty Dog
Storage Wars.
Not Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Whoa, I know.
Yeah.
Mother fathers. We'll be back. I picked that up on the weekend. I love it.
I know.
We'll be back with more viewer takeover. Hang on. It's the RP Show. Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
There's something for everyone at the Mad Greek Eatery. Delicious Greek dishes, pizza, lasagna, pastas, soups, salads, and much more. The Mad Greek Eatery brings the best authentic Greek cuisine right to you. Available for licensed dining, events, delivery, and takeout. For the best taste and huge portions, there is only one place. Visit the Mad Greek Eatery, downtown Moose Jaw. Call for takeout and delivery today.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So what we love about daytime sports talk, we got breaking news today. As per ESPN.com's Adam Schefter, Free agent defensive end J.J. Watt has signed with the Arizona Cardinals. And the Jug up in Saskatoon has commented in too. J.J. Watt with the Arizona Cardinals. We'll break that down in a second. And now from 3downnation.com, Justin Dunk reporting the Saskatchewan Roughriders have signed Saskatoon product offensive lineman Brett Boyko. The 6'7", 305-pound Boyko joins the Riders after initially signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. As an undrafted NFL free agent in 2015, he spent the season on the Eagles practice roster before moving on to the LA Chargers, where he spent 3 seasons, playing in 1 NFL game. He was a member of the San Diego Fleet of the Alliance of American Football. Most recently was a member of the BC Lions, who selected him in the second round, 14th overall of the 2015 draft. So Brett Boyko is a Rough Rider. He had offers from, I'm told, the Argos, Riders, and Stamps. He is settled on his hometown team. And now J.J. Watt has signed with the Arizona Cardinals, which let's spend a minute on that. Nobody, and I mean nobody, had the Arizona Cardinals on their list. And, of course, it's my second favorite team behind the Dallas Cowboys. But they didn't make the playoffs last year. I went to the Cardinals website, nothing there. I went to the ESPN website, nothing there. That's how new this news is from Schefter. You said bad move for what?
Yeah, kind of.
You're going from one bad Sunbelt team to another bad-ish.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals have some promise, though.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad move.
When you got Kyler Murray, you've got a good young coach. I think they're in a good spot to move forward. But in terms of J.J. Watt, I don't want to tell a football player he doesn't have a lot of years left, because then, that just motivates him, and he'll play as long as he wants to play and as long as he can play at a competitive level. But there's no mistake that he's on the back half of the career, and if he wants to win a Super Bowl, I just think there's other contenders out there. The names like Cleveland, Buffalo, Green Bay, even Tennessee, there's other teams that are more ready to compete, I think. But who knows? This really elevates the Cardinals.
To the text line for Prairie Mobile, your authorized SaskTel mobility dealer, Bob in Grand Prairie, Alberta, says Leafs-Oilers is a 3-game series. Let's see what happens. Go Oilers. They didn't have a good night the other night, but it was just 1 game. But if you want to prove that you're in that upper echelon, they got to prove it tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They didn't put up much of a fight against the Leafs the other night. I'm still trying to figure out what they have in Mike Smith. You know what I'm talking about. The goals weren't that great. Toronto looks really good. And by the way, I wanted to spend a minute on that, because I was thinking this morning, if you were to do an all-star game, an all-star tournament, 4 all-star teams of all 4 divisions, I'm sitting there going, who would be your goalie in Canada? It took me a minute or 2. Because the Leafs have played 3 recently.
I know.
Hutchinson, Jack Campbell, and Freddie Anderson have all won games.
I know.
Carey Price.
Nope.
Not right now. Vancouver, forget about it. Calgary. Let's not go there. It's Connor Hellebuck.
Has to be.
It's Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah.
He's starting and probably finishing.
That would be wildly entertaining,
wouldn't it?
By the way, because you'd have these teams really playing for the division pride when you don't play those other players, to show that, because we're first in the North Division, we're actually the best team because our division beat the other divisions. It's cool.
Wayne in Victoria, BC says, hi, Rod. I'm hoping that by the summer we should be far enough along in vaccinations that the CFL shouldn't have to do testing every day, or at least not have to spend that much on testing. Maybe I'm dreaming in Technicolor. That's the problem that the CFL's up against. They're all hoping for that, but how do you plan for that? You hope for the best, brace for the worst, and the worst is $1 million per team plus price tag. Ryan McCarthy is watching in Albany, New York, says, Rod and Moose, do you think the Oilers need to pull the trigger on a trade to bring in a goalie if Smith/Koskinen doesn't step up for their respective games? Let's carry that over into hour 2. We got Figgy joining us from the Dub Network and Nigel Dube of the Lloydminster Bobcats. Stick around, everybody. Hour 2 coming up right after this break on Game Plus.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Look like the pros. Shop Ultimate Fan Zone. NHL, NFL, MLB, CFL, NBA, and more. We have something for every sports fan. Autographed jerseys, prints, jersey stitching, custom framing, and collectibles. UFZ is your one-stop sports store offering fans official team gear. Check out Saskatchewan's Man Cave Corner on River and Main, downtown Moose Jaw, or visit us online at ultimatefanzone.ca. Built by fans for the fans.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
The Edmonton Oilers are on the cusp of NHL.com's top 5. Have they, Gregor, turned the corner? Are they for real?
How about that?
The 4-game collapse against Chicago in the playoffs is really what everybody remembered. I think the Oilers are for real. They've got depth scoring, and when you have two of the top, whatever, you want to argue top 3, top 4, top 5 players in the game, you're going to have a chance most nights.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It's the second half kickoff. That's what we call it when we go into hour 2 here. Don't worry about Moose Dupont. He's doing business there on his phone from Prairie Mobile, his Samsung. RP here. It's episode number 432 of Canada's Daytime Sports Talk Show. And this is why we do Daytime Sports Talk. We've got breaking news. Adam Schefter of ESPN reporting that J.J. Watt has signed with the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean nobody had the Arizona Cardinals on their bingo card for J.J. Watt. And he's reported it's 2 years, $31 million. So it's a small haircut from what he was making in Houston. I'm with you that the Cardinals are a team on the rise. There's absolutely no doubt, but they did not make the playoffs last year. But it was year 1 for Cliff Kingsbury, year 2 for Kyler Murray. They are getting better.
Larry Fitz coming back?
Of course. Fitz going to play till he's in a wheelchair. He's going to own the team by the time he's done.
Look, he's happy. You can see on the corner there. He's smiling.
Larry Fitzgerald is in the Arizona Coyotes jersey over here. I got that at Coyotes Penguins Larry Fitzgerald night at the Gila River Arena. What a great night that was.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so we got a lot of topics to jump into. And also the Saskatchewan Roughriders, according to 3downnation.com, have signed Saskatoon product offensive lineman Brett Boyko. former member of the Philadelphia Eagles of the NFL, Los Angeles Chargers. In the Alliance of American Football, he played for the San Diego Fleet. Brett Boyko has signed with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So there's football news today. Can you please hit the quick 6 show topics before we bring in our next guest? Just to re-up them. And don't mind me as I look up my leftovers on Twitter that I tweeted this morning. Here's what I had from the NHL on Sunday. The Lee Barzal Eberle line is filthy with the Islanders. They're very dangerous. They're fun to watch. Carter Hart remains Canada's future in goal when Carey Price is done. Maybe that future's now. Carter Hart's the guy. We're watching a Hall of Famer in Patrick Kane before our very eyes. Enjoy what you're seeing with Patrick Kane, folks, because he's a Hall of Famer. We know that was Sid, obviously, but Kane's a Hall of Famer. He's so much fun to watch. I don't believe Alex Ovechkin's going to catch Wayne for the career goal total. He's like 170 goals-ish behind. I don't think he's going to do it. And the Habs and the Blue Jackets have lost 5 in a row. So figure it out. That's my NHL leftovers there. Scotty's final last night was anticlimactic ending. Great final. I didn't watch every rock thrown all week long, but we've been covering it for Verge Agriculture. It was a great final. And unfortunately, Rachel Holman blew her last shot. It was like a walk-off win, if you will, right, for Carrie Einerson.
Yeah.
From Team Canada. Point 3, the dub is back. We covered that a lot. Alan Millar was with us last hour, the general manager of the Moose Jaw Warriors, for another 6 weeks, and then he's going to Hockey Canada. CFL's COVID price tag's $1 million per team. We kicked that around. I'm not going to kick it around more right now. Maybe later. The Blue Jays beat the Yankees 6-4 in preseason opener for both teams, and we were subjected to the Yankees broadcast, which I guess is better than today because they're telling me the Pirates-Jays game isn't even on. Sportsnet, what's wrong with you? What's happening over? Is anybody home at Sportsnet? It's not broadcast at all? What year is it? And Russell Wilson, which we talked about earlier. Oh, Rod's rant for Bronco Plumbing and Heating. Mention the Rod Pedersen Show, and they'll give you 10% off. Thank you. I broke something.
What happened?
I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, they don't like me punching microphones here. That was, sorry about that. But again, the breaking news here today is that J.J. Watt is an Arizona Cardinal. Brett Boyko is a Saskatchewan Roughrider. And watching from Long Island, Joe Lazito says Barzal Lee Eberle is red hot right now. Barzal is next level at the moment. How lucky are we that we were able to watch him in the Western Hockey League with the Seattle Thunderbirds? Unfortunately, beating Eberle's Pats, but that's a story for another time. So we got a lot to get into today. Let's bring in our good man, Paul Figler. He is the founder, CEO of dubnetwork.ca, the Western Hockey League's best website. And Figgy joining us from Central Alberta today. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself, Rob?
Oh, good. Good to see you, my friend. You're always smiling. That's what I love about you, Figgy. And listen, before we get to the announcement, you've got a few to make today. You are happier than a pig in slop on the weekend because the Rebels were playing and you were able to cover them and interview them and write about them. They didn't win, though. But how happy were you this weekend to have WHL hockey back in Alberta?
Oh, it was absolutely great to have hockey back, Rod. Been a long, basically a whole year. And being able to get in and chat with the coach and some of the players and just talk about WHL hockey once again was amazing. I felt really, really great.
What did Brent Sutter have to say about his team giving up, what was it, a 4-1 lead to Medicine Hat? And they lost in overtime 5-4 on Friday, and then they got shellacked in the Hat on Saturday night. What did Brent have to say about that? I don't think he saw that coming.
No, the first game, he had a lot of praise for his team. They played a really good first 50 minutes of the game, and then things just fell apart. And I know in many cases when a team starts making a comeback, the momentum just doesn't stop. So, Medicine Hat came back. The overtime goal was a little iffy. Players kind of piled into the net, and then we saw the referees count it as a goal. The game in Medicine Hat, it was, honestly, it was about Bob Ridley in his 4,000th game, and that was just great tribute, and it's amazing that the WHL is going to be offering an award to a member of the media every year for, Bob having done 4,000 games in 50 years in the WHL. It's just incredible. The game was kind of a lost cause, and especially for the Rebels, it was 7-2. Brent didn't really have a whole lot to say about that. The team just wasn't playing up to his expectations.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting how teams, when they have a theme night like that, how it's just going to be their night. You said it very well. It was Bob Ridley night, and the Tigers just weren't going to be denied. I've got more Dub questions for you, however. Let's get to it, because you've been teasing this for days. What's our big announcement here today with Dub Network, Paul?
DuPont Media has acquired WHL's leading media website, Dub Network.
There you go.
Big news.
As I've said, it's the 3downnation.com of the Western Hockey League. It's the best website covering the WHL, and they're partnering here with the Rod Pedersen Show under the umbrella of DuPont Media. Put it on Moose. Put the camera on Moose, if you don't mind. Put you and Figgy on the screen together.
Yeah, sure.
You two talk about it.
No, it's great. I'm excited. Paul knows that I'm excited. You guys know how exciting this is, where we can all come together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been connecting with everybody over at the Dub Network over the last number of weeks, connecting with everybody and meeting everybody, and we're excited. There's a lot of room and exciting things happening. I mean, the East Hub's going to start in our backyard. Paul's got the Central Division covered, and there's such a strong, talented group of writers throughout the Western Hockey League. The site's, really taken off under Paul's direction, and we're going to continue that. So really exciting.
Well, I'm excited to work with you, Paul. Have now for almost a year, that I've been writing for Dub Network, but now we're all officially on the same team, and I think it's fantastic. And I guess for the readers of dubnetwork.ca, you're into the millions. They're going to want to know if anything's going to change. What would be your answer to that?
Darren and I have had some discussions about that. It's going to be some slow changes in the coming months and weeks. I don't think you're going to see too much happening for a little while. Then Darren and I will continue talking and sorting things out, you too, Rod, and we will, continue to grow Dub Network in a variety of ways. I don't have anything concrete to say right now. It is going to be a slow process, but we are looking forward to working with the Rod Pedersen team and Darren's team and bringing Dub Network to the next level.
Yeah, well, I've been. Yeah, you had.
Well, what do they say? If it's not broke,
don't fix it.
Right. So we're going to continue doing everything that's been working so well.
That's the point. I've been reading Dub Network for years, and the guy that you're looking at, folks, Paul Figler, started the website. So it's an exciting day for all of us here. I love it. As the WHL fan that I am, it's my favorite league. Now, Figgy, while you have a writer you wanted to announce, can we announce that today too? A new writer for the site?
Well, I don't think he was prepared for me to announce it. He was going to wait until his first article came out. But Jamie Neubauer has joined Dub Network to cover the Moose Jaw Warriors.
The great Noogsy. They called him the Elliot Friedman of the SJHL. He's now joining dubnetwork.ca. So it is an exciting day. And so to the Dub News, those games that people are watching right now, they're like, I couldn't get on to watch. I tried Friday night, and then Saturday, I don't know what I was watching Twitch, so I was watching the Fan Control Football League. What is your take, Paul, on the streaming on the weekend of the Western Hockey League and where we're going with it here over the next few weeks?
So I found that the streaming service actually worked quite well, but I was also using a Google Chrome browser just to do something different than what I had heard everybody else was. There was a fair bit of people that were maybe making some complaints or had some issues with getting the app to work or the streaming service itself to work. There was also a bit of an issue with the glare in the in-rink stuff. So the WHL really went out of its way to give an announcement discussing that they had some kinks to work out. It is a new service. It is a new season. It's been a pandemic, and I think that the service itself is going to, do quite well as the weeks and months progress, and definitely in time for next year. I feel that the price that they offered for this season was fair and affordable, and hopefully they can work the kinks out in a timely fashion.
That's why I wanted to get that out there. And by the way, the comments coming in, Kent Ridley's watching in Nashville. He says, great news from Ridley Scouting. He says, also big congrats to Bob Ridley for 4,000 games. Let's also mention that he drove the bus, too, for a lot of those games. Jason and Red Deer, congrats. Paul Figler and the Dub Gang. And someone else has written, why not host the WHL games on YouTube, paid service? Well, this is what they decided to go with, and that's why I wanted to mention that, hey, it was the opening weekend. They'll get these bugs worked out. It's $60. Terry Carrier has written in. He said, I subscribed for the whole league today. It's a good price. Just come back. Greg Klevgard, a viewer, says, who are your top rookies in the Western Hockey League this year, Paul? Have you, off the top of your head, could you name a few?
There's just so many young players coming into the league this year, and some of them were surprise announcements, and some were just kind of villains, I guess you would say. Yeah. And that's not to say anything bad about them. Honestly, I feel like I'm looking a little bit more forward to the crop of 15-year-olds that are going to get an opportunity to play this year. I know that the exceptional status was granted to Connor Bedard, but some of these other players will get an opportunity to play in the WHL this year. And we already talked about one with the Moose Jaw Warriors and Connor Bedard.
Braden Yeager, yeah.
Some of the other teams. Thank you, yes. I really do believe that it's going to be an exciting time this year for WHL prospects to really make their mark, and also good on the teams and the league for allowing some of these teams to have a lot more young players this year and use this 24-game season as a real development type of year.
I tell you what, I feel like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer, Figgy. Good answer. Jeff Cabillas in Winnipeg says, huge news. Congrats, everyone. Go Dub. Dean Bear says, I didn't check out the WHL streaming service on the weekend, but will once the Eastern Division and the PA Raiders start up. And that is next week. And I see from Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg, congrats to everyone on the Dub Network deal. Pretty soon, every sports show I watch and sports website I read will be a DuPont Media product. Well, it was my idea. He just does all. I'm the idea guy. He's the details guy.
As long as we're both getting paid.
I knew that it was a great. I knew that it was a great product in the Dub Network. And by the way, Figgy, listen. I could talk about the WHL for days, as could you. But let me say this. The rookies are the rookies. I don't even interview rookies. Connor Bedard will make an exception. But somebody said, who are the big stars coming back to watch in the Western League? Peyton Krebs, Damon Hunt, Braden Schneider, Tristan Robbins. Let's not forget about the guys that aren't in those American Hockey League tier, like Nolan Meyer, the goalie in Saskatoon. There's some major stars that were... Adam Beckman just sent back from the Minnesota Wild to the Spokane Chiefs the other day. These are the kind of guys that you're going to want to watch, right?
Oh, absolutely. I have a couple of young guys here in Red Deer, Jaden Grube and Kyle Masters to keep an eye on. I also really like the Jackson Weeb. He's a Brent Sutter kind of guy. He will muck it up and, maybe get a few goals and some assists. And I'm just really looking forward to what the Red Deer Rebels themselves have to offer this year in a 5-team Central Division.
What's the schedule this week? I apologize, I haven't really looked at it for the Alberta Central Division. What games do they have this week, or do you know off the top of your head?
I'm pretty sure it's Red Deer and Calgary and Medicine Hat and Edmonton. And they'll play one game in each city for the weekend, and that's it. They're only doing weekend games this year here in the Central Division, so it'll be interesting to see how that all works out.
Sounds good. Well, WHL.ca has the schedule. Dubnetwork.ca has all the coverage. Paul, I think you're the best. Thanks for finding the time for us today. Thanks for partnering with us, my friend, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate having me on. And real quick note, I just wanted to say happy birthday to my mom.
Perfect. Happy birthday. They say it's your birthday. Have a good day, Paul. There we go. And Jeff in the Zone writes in on YouTube. He says, I'm so happy the WHL is back. Let's go. Hockey in Regina will be the best in a bubble. Well, we'll see. Now, here come the comments. Josh Elliott on Facebook. Who is the team to beat in the WHL? Well, I would say it's God's team, the Regina Pats. That's what I would say. But that's what I would always say, no matter what the year is. I just knew there was something here with the Western Hockey League and the Dub Network with 22 markets, Dupes.
Oh, yeah.
From Winnipeg to Portland and everywhere in between. So listen, we're going to break. And actually, you're not going to want to miss this. Nigel Dube, and I got a heck of an intro for this guy, the head coach and general manager of the Lloydminster Bobcats. It's been a rough week for them, and we're going to let Nigel say his piece. Coming back, okay? It's episode number 432 of Canada's daytime sports talk show. And we'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus TV network across all 10 provinces and 31 states, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. While the world seems to be facing one challenge after another, our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
IKS Live, Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals, video production, event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website, IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Pedersen Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends. Oh yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Monday morning get-together. Thanks for joining us for Caliber Coffee. I got a sports update coming up. Just want to tell you the breaking news today. Star defensive end J.J. Watt is joining the Arizona Cardinals. 2-year, $31 million deal. The Saskatchewan Roughriders have signed offensive lineman Brett Boyko. And checking our poll results today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center. It's the first time we mentioned it today. How will the Jack Eichel saga end in Buffalo? He did play last night in the loss to Philly.
Yeah.
But his heart's not in it. And the options are, is it going to end with a trade, Eichel out of Buffalo, or he stays in Buffalo? 83% on Twitter, 87% on Facebook say a trade for Jack Eichel. And I think here's what I don't understand, and I'll mention this later in the week. How can the Pegula family that owns the Bills and the Sabres and the NLL, they own Buffalo.
Yep.
How can they get the Bills on the right track, but they're fumbling around and can't find their ass with both hands with the Sabres? What's the difference? Clearly different people running each organization. I don't want to keep Nigel Dube waiting any longer, though. So let's bring you stew on that, and okay?
I got it.
Nigel Dube is the head coach and general manager of the Lloydminster Bobcats of the Alberta Junior Hockey League. You guys can bring him in. He's from Lampman, Sask, and known this guy for a very long time. Hey, Nigel. The cool thing, I just want to point out on your hockey resume here, you played in the SJ, BCJ, and AJ. Not a lot of guys can say that. Estevan, Penticton, and Camrose, and coached in the NAHL with the Minot Minotauros. So the guy knows his way around Junior A hockey. But, Nigel, it's not been a good week for you guys. And everybody in Lloyd's sending me your story. And they're like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I can't say anything. But if Nigel wants to come on and talk about the plight that your hockey team's under, you're more than welcome to do it, and here you are. Can you talk about the week that's been, or even the past few months for the Lloydminster Bobcats?
Yeah, thanks, Rod. You know, for us, it started back in September with the pandemic going on and trying to get junior hockey going. And we were able to bring our players into Lloydminster, but we weren't able to play in Lloydminster. So we actually used the neighboring town in Kitscotty, but we could house our guys here in Lloydminster. And then we traveled daily back and forth. And we actually played a preseason game out there and on a Friday night. And then Saskatchewan government let us back into our facilities on the Saturday. That was October 17th. So we went for about a month before things got shut down again. And then obviously the Alberta Junior Hockey League working towards a return to play plan, was going very good. And we were very optimistic working with our city, who was working with the Saskatchewan government, that we'd be able to continue on because we were following the Alberta Junior Hockey League. And then at the end of it, what came down is that Saskatchewan government and the Ministry of Health wouldn't allow us to bring our players back into our community under that, and we couldn't use our billeting homes. And from there, we wouldn't be able to use our facilities because of the restrictions there. So, it was a kind of that 11th hour thing where things just didn't happen. We're still working at it here, hopefully to find another community within Alberta that we could up and move to. But as things stand right now, it just didn't work for what the Saskatchewan government and the Ministry of Health were looking for. And we have 21 players not able to return to the Alberta Junior Hockey League.
Right. Well, you're being quite patient about it and nice. Maybe last week you've calmed down a little bit from last week, but I think the crux of it here for our viewers is you weren't eligible for funding from the Saskatchewan government because you play in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, yet you're not allowed to play under Saskatchewan COVID restrictions. That's the way it was presented to me, and that's the crux of it, correct?
Yeah, we didn't receive that funding that the SJ did. And we've never had really anything to do with the Saskatchewan government. Everything we do goes through Alberta and everything like that. So, it's one of those that here we sit as a government that, doesn't do anything for us in our league and stuff like that. And we didn't receive that funding, but they get to dictate whether we can play or not.
So is that kind of just you getting it off your chest, or you think that maybe something might change here?
Well, we're hopeful. We're in day 10 of isolations. The players and myself, as far as the Alberta Junior Hockey League return to play, is the isolation before returning to the community and doing the testing and stuff. So we're in talks of hopefully trying to move to another community in Alberta. And as soon as our players leave isolation, they would start at day 0. So we don't want to do that if it's possible. And, hopefully the Saskatchewan government can come to terms and allow us to follow the Alberta Junior Hockey League and get back to it and allow our players to play in the league they're part of.
Okay. I understand. Now, here's some of the questions that I've gotten from the hockey people down here, Nigel. Where is your rink? Where of the road that's the border, where is it in Lloyd? Because I don't think maybe I've been there, but I don't remember.
It's about 150 feet east of the border. But the one thing that we got to ask the question too, Rod, about why we don't go back out to Kitscoty or the communities around us is because they won't allow us to use our building in Lloydminster. So we can't go back to Kitscoty. We can't do any of that. And Lloydminster's fallen under, as a city, has fallen under Saskatchewan. So I sit in Alberta here. We only have 2 players that would live in Saskatchewan with billets. The bulk of them all live in Alberta. Our performance center with our offices and our gym are all in Alberta. We have a rink that we were willing to move to in the city that's on the Alberta side, but they don't believe that would work as well as they would call it interprovincial travel.
Okay, well, here's the thing is I always claim Lloydminster as ours, as Saskatchewan. Maybe in this case, you don't want that. You could ask Greg Buchanan, Bucky, and Kurt Price, and all those guys who you know well that. So, Kate, we have a lot of viewers in Alberta. A lot, as you probably know, Nigel. What's happening with the AJ? They got started in the 3-team pods. Is that still going? What's the state of Alberta Junior Hockey League play right now?
Right now, just going through the return to play protocol and isolating and then test. And then the teams are back in their respective communities and awaiting the correct amount of days and then a test again. And then the league will start games probably around the 12th of March and then play out until the end of May. So that'll get around 22 to 24 games, similar to what the Western League's doing as well. Okay, so again, you said you're on day 10 of isolation. Where do you think the Bobcats fit into this? Well, right now the clock's ticking down on what we can do. I think as far as the Saskatchewan government, we continue to push on them to try and change things. That doesn't seem to happen. I reached out in the last probably 48 hours here to over 16 communities in Alberta, and a lot of things where we are in a pandemic. And as far as facilities and what is able, we'd also have to find billets and living arrangements for 21 players and an entire staff as well. So the clock's ticking here. We just want to find a way as an organization to get our players on the ice and give them the opportunity to get the exposure as well as develop, throughout the games that we can get in. Well, good for you, Nigel, for doing that, because anybody that knows junior hockey, nobody is in this to get rich. I think they're in it not to lose too much money, but guys like yourself are into it for the players, and it's very obvious to me that you're doing that. And not to pick at a wound here or anything, but since you coached in Minot for 4 years, what did you think when you saw the photos from the arena there that's packed with their team playing? What did you think when you saw that? Yeah, I just had an owner from another NA team call me this morning and asked for an update what was going on up here, and just it's amazing the difference down there. And I think they've had 1,200 to 1,400 people in the stands down there, and hockey's going on, and you look around the social media, and people are finishing up their season, whether it be youth hockey or junior hockey. Their seasons are already wrapping up, and we're just trying to get things going up here. Yeah, well, I'll say good luck with it. Is there anything else you wanted to say today, or was that what you wanted to say? Well, we're just hopeful that we can follow Alberta here and get our guys back that are playing in the Alberta Junior Hockey League and get them part of that and get them into some games. And appreciate you having me on here, Rod. Yeah, well, I've been following your career for a long time. When I saw that we were going to get you on, I was excited to do it. Good luck, my friend, and all the best. Thanks, Rod. Head coach and general manager of the Lloydminster Bobcats, Nigel Dube from Lampman Sask. Glad you asked. Sports update. Good time for that. J.J. Watt
is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. He announced Monday morning he received a 2-year, $31 million deal that includes $23 million guaranteed. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Watt himself made the announcement by sharing a photo on Twitter. He was drafted by the Houston Texans in 2011 with the number 11 pick and became the face of the franchise, winning 3 NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards from 2012 to 2015. Last year, Watt ranked 15th out of 119 qualified pass rushers in pass rush win rate, according to ESPN stats and information. Again, J.J. Watt is an Arizona Cardinal this morning. Saskatchewan Roughriders, by the way, signing Brett Boyko today, the former member of the Philadelphia Eagles, BC Lions, LA Chargers, and San Diego Fleet. The Toronto Blue Jays are slated to play the second game of their spring training schedule later this afternoon. Robbie Ray is listed as Toronto's probable starter against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Toronto defeated the New York Yankees 6-4 in their first spring training game Sunday. The viewers are telling me that we're not going to get a Blue Jays game on television until like 10 more days.
Huh?
I know. Can you fill us in on that? You people.
I guess, you know.
There we go. That follow the Blue Jays. Like, we're Blue Jays fans. But I'm not hanging and dying with every pitch. Like, let us know which games are being broadcast and what aren't. And again, what year is it? The Blue Jays are playing the Pirates today, and there is no means of following this game and broadcast? I'm not done yet, though. The Blue Jays reacquired Travis Berger in a trade with the Arizona D-backs yesterday. If his name sounds familiar, it should. He was a 7th-round draft choice of the Jays back in 2015. He made one appearance for the Jays last year before being traded to Arizona. 6 Canadian NHL teams will return to action tonight. The Tkachuk brothers, Matt and Brady, will renew hostilities when the Flames and Senators do battle in the nation's capital. Vancouver and Winnipeg will also play each other at Bell MTS Place. And finally, Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers will play the Maple Leafs in Edmonton. You fans of NHL teams, get it going on the Prairie Mobile text line 306-840-8777. You got comments for us today, questions, fire them at us. Viewer takeovers taking over here from now until the top of the hour. Or you can write in on YouTube, Facebook as well. Carrie Anerson is a winner at the Scotties for a second consecutive year. Anerson's team, Canada Rink, defeated Rachel Homan's Ontario squad 9-7 in Sunday night's final. It was highly entertaining. And after years of seeing a handful of drivers dominate NASCAR's top level nearly every week, the Cup Series is experiencing a little parity to start this year. It's a welcome sight for some. William Byron was the third surprise winner through 3 races this season with his victory Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway. Byron joined Michael McDowell and Christopher Bell as unlikely winners to start this NASCAR season. Now you're all caught up on your NASCAR news.
Oh, yeah.
This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League news and information with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, now with 8 amazing flavors, RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk streaming for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Pedersen Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends. Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. How do you like this? Gary in Winnipeg says, interesting with NASCAR winners this year. So far, all these early winning drivers who have already qualified for NASCAR's playoffs. I'm telling you, we had a guy write in here earlier and say, can we talk CFL for the whole 2 hours? And I'm like, what are we going to talk about for 2 hours with the CFL? Brett Boyker signing with the Riders? We can't. There's so much other things going on. And we are full on into viewer takeover right now for the next 20 minutes until the top of the hour and the end of the show. So you NHL fans in this country, Scotia North Division fans, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts today. Tonight, Calgary at Ottawa, Vancouver at Winnipeg, Toronto at Edmonton, and the biggest game of them all, Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights, home to the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota comes in having won 6 in a row.
I know.
Where did that come from?
They're playing some fun hockey.
Yes.
They're fun to watch.
Can we make a little noise around here?
Like, that's the one.
Please.
Like, this has never happened. Like, the Minnesota Wild have never been, I want to watch them. They've always been boring, defensive hockey, good teams, but never been exciting. Now they're entertaining again. This is fun to watch Minnesota and Vegas. It'll be an entertaining game. I mean, obviously, I'll be watching Leafs and Oilers, but it'll be entertaining.
I'll tell you, for you people in America that have not been watching Scotia North hockey because you don't get it, Sunday was a day of rest. God intended it that way, and it was also a day off from Scotia North Division hockey because it's utterly exhausting. Not in a bad way, but you just get so wound up in these games in Canada. You can't have it every night. You can't red line.
I know.
The engine will blow up.
And it feels like it because I'm sitting here being like,
yes.
They're playing again, and it's must see. I'm like, okay, I guess my 3 hours tonight is going to be watching Leafs and Oilers, but if you want to do something else, you just can't.
James in Morden, Manitoba says Jets really played poor on Saturday. Tonight is regular start time, and I think they will be better. Come on. Don't be like that. They won in overtime, 2-1 against the Montreal Canadiens. No. You don't get to be that person, Jets fans, and critique wins. I think it was Paul Maurice who said after the game, we don't critique wins. I think it was Maurice. It might have been one of the players. Come on, guys. You won 4 in a row. You're playing playoff hockey every night, and you're mad that it didn't look good enough? Not buying it. And it's funny because our good friend Andrew Patterson, hustler, he had said, he's like, I like these 9 o'clock starts. Reminds me of like a main event boxing card. The main event doesn't last 2.5 hours, dude. Like, we can all stay up for those Mike Tyson Holyfield fights.
Oh, yeah.
But that didn't go for 2.5 hours. The 9 o'clock starts are untenable to me. And I don't know for how long that will continue. You can't tell me, Jets fans, that you are used to it, because I'm not. Maybe I'm just old. Adam Schultz says, what are your thoughts on Bennington after he was pulled on Saturday? It was a little out of line. This is the goalie for the St. Louis Blues that got yanked. He got lit up. And what did he do? He blockered somebody on his way off the ice. He stuck another guy. He
wanted to fight the goalie.
Got in the face with a goalie on his way off. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a good question, Adam, about what I think about Binnington. Show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. And having spent all these years with coaches, they've often told me it's a heck of a lot easier to rein a guy in than be giving a poker up his butt to get him going. You know what I mean? You want a guy that cares.
Oh, yeah.
Is my point. And then a guy wrote me, might have been the same guy on Friday on Twitter. He goes, I'm worried about David Riddick's mental health. He smashed his head into the door in Ottawa after being pulled the other night. Well, as a licensed recovery coach like I am, biggest demographic of my clientele is goalies. That probably wouldn't surprise you.
Nope.
I said to the guy that wrote me that, it's typical goalie stuff. He's fine. I'd be far more worried if he wasn't wearing a mask. Then we got a problem.
Yes.
If you're smashing your head into walls with not a mask on, then maybe come step into let's have a word. But with David Riddick, he had just been embarrassed on national television. He snapped. Didn't hurt anybody but himself. And he didn't even really hurt himself. So it's not that big of a deal. We'll deal with it. You do you. James Henderson, I love when I get scolded. James, you're not the only one that's critical of the Jets for beating Montreal in overtime the other night. But you have to understand, it's so hard to win every night in the National Hockey League, and you beat Montreal in a game that they really needed. Come on. What do you want? Robin Wildy, viewer, says, Jets fans complaining of an OT win. I bet the Sabres fans just want any wins. That's my point. All I'm saying is, who are Jets fans to be critical when they've won 4 in a row and are proving to be one of the top teams in the country, which early on, you weren't even sure if they were going to be? Trevor Bazzilo, I love this guy. He's a big supporter of ours. Hope I'm saying that right, Trevor. He says those late games are going to make me gain weight. Snacking to keep my eyes open. You are singing from my hymn book, brother. I said, my wife is gone for a couple of weeks. And she texted me yesterday. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm sitting in the recliner eating Doritos, watching hockey. I'm just about to go upstairs and watch Dateline. What I tell you, my ass is molded to the recliner. And that's why I get up and ride the bike every morning for an hour. And tomorrow, Flamin Fitness is delivering an elliptical to my house. Yes. And I said to the guy, Scott Thompson, hopefully they give me a deal. I said, add on assembly and delivery to my bill and I'll pay it. I'm not putting this thing together. I'm not one of those guys. Not one of those. Yeah, Clark just asked if I'm selling memberships. That's a hell of an idea. I got a steam room. I got a bike. I got free weights. And now I got an elliptical. Hashtag LFG.
Let's go.
Let's friggin' go. Okay, I'm going to take a break and come back for more viewer takeover. This is getting good, but in a good way. Randolph Zora says, Rod and Moose, where can I get one of those orange Pats hoodies? Can't find it on the Pats store. There are no orange Pats hoodies. The team's red, white, and blue, dude. When I wear one, does it look orange?
I don't know. It's not orange.
It's red. It is red. It's as red as can be. But it's a couple years old, and it's CCM. And I have to just say this. I know we got a break. But with my gear, I keep it in pristine condition. You know, I treat it so well.
Yes.
Because it means so much to me. My Pats gear, this Jets gear, doesn't even touch the floor. You know, and the rink, the Brand Center, it's one of the oldest rinks in the Dub. Saw that picture of it. I said yesterday, this rink is as good as there is in the Western Hockey League because you could eat off the floor, and it opened 44 years ago. Think about that. It looks so good. And Hub Center games coming to a screen near you soon. We'll be right back with Viewer Takeover. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk streaming for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Look like the pros. Shop Ultimate Fan Zone. NHL, NFL, MLB, CFL, NBA, and more. We have something for every sports fan. Autographed jerseys, prints, jersey stitching, custom framing, and collectibles. UFZ is your one-stop sports store offering fans official team gear. Check out Saskatchewan's Man Cave Corner on River and Main, downtown Moose Jaw, or visit us online at ultimatefanzone.ca. Built by fans for the fans.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 Ford F-150 Explorer or 2020 Ford Escape and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, Shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of thoroughly inspected pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Pardon me. Coffee went down the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's the final segment. It's the overtime, and we do want to face off on the Oilers-Flames game tonight. There's a couple things that I want to point out here. However, Terry Carrier says Rod might have to go 3 hours. It's been discussed, but I've said to the boss, if I'm working 3 hours, I want to get paid 3 hours. Went silent there for a while after that.
Yeah.
Terry goes on to say they're treating the Jays like the CFL. Come on, Canadian sports networks. It's like Sportsnet saying to the Blue Jays, listen, we're paying you for rights, right? If we don't want to broadcast your games, bugger off. We paid you. Right? It's like the CFL and TSN. They only carry the games. There's no games outside, no shows outside of the games. They don't really promote the league as well as we'd like, but it's like, we're writing a check. Get off our back.
I bought the gym membership. I'll go when I want to go.
Exactly.
Don't tell me I have to go to the gym.
And I say it's like the husband that ignores his wife in a loveless marriage, and she says, I have a problem with the way you treat me. I'm paying off your credit card. What the hell's wrong are you complaining for? It's not really a partnership.
No.
And people were saying it with the Blue Jays. Rod, this is common. No, it's not common. One thing Darren and I have in common is that we both started in this business operating Blue Jays games on radio out here in Western Canada. I opt those games.
Yep.
We had every single game on radio. Every game. Preseason. Regular season and playoffs. Well, if not every game's on TV in this spring training for the Blue Jays, I'm damn sure tell you it's not going to be on the radio because they've already said that. So I'm saying, how in 2021 can the Blue Jays play the Pirates today and there's no Blue Jays broadcast in Canada? Unless I've completely missed it. But I don't see that being the case. And I'm asking you folks to please inform me, and nobody's been able to do that. Anyways, James in Manitoba says, I think the Oilers will come out hard tonight. McDavid and Draisaitl did not look happy Saturday. They will come out flying. This fight between Toronto, Winnipeg, and Edmonton will be great. And that's what I say. They're the cream at the top. We're not even halfway there, but we're right at halfway, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a three-team middle tier battling for the final playoff spot. But tonight, I think that the Oilers will come out and beat Toronto because they have to. It's in Edmonton. They got embarrassed at home the other night. Mike Smith wasn't very good. I don't think the Leafs can continue to keep it up. This is our face-off, by the way. Who wins tonight, Leafs or Oilers? Austin Matthews is going, I believe. Is he not? He practiced yesterday and didn't participate in all the drills, I understand.
That's right.
But the Leafs showed Saturday night that they can win without him. The Oilers have to win tonight. And while you talk about your side, because you're going to tell me that the Leafs are going to win, of course, Johnny Toronto over here, let me check out the odds from Come On Official.
Yeah.
Let me see what they got.
Well, I just think Toronto's got more depth throughout the lineup than Edmonton does. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that will argue that. And when Austin Matthews isn't playing well, you've got still a really good hockey team that steps up. William Nylander stepped up. Jason Spezza, who, for the time he gets on the ice, he's producing pretty well. If McDavid and Draisaitl aren't going for the Oilers, then they're just not going to be as productive and they're not going to win. Even though their depth players have been playing better as of late over this last streak that they've had. But I think McDavid and Draisaitl will have a better game. There's talk about is Draisaitl even 100%. That whole, they need to avenge the loss, and they were embarrassed the other night. That will fuel the Oilers, but I do think Toronto's the better team. I just do.
I got lost Come on, I got stopped. I was looking. You can bet on the Q. There's German league games you can bet on right now. Swiss league games, all that come on. But this is the face-off, brought to you by our friends at the Ultimate Fan Zone, where I got this hoodie, by the way. Ultimate Fan Zone is your one-stop shop for the sports fans on your list. Visit the Man Cave, downtown Moose Jaw, or on Facebook. And for the Mad Greek restaurant in Moose Jaw, available for licensed dining, takeout, or delivery. Head to the madgreekeatery.com for more information. Somebody find the odds for the Oilers-Leafs game tonight and who's favored. I can't even guess who would be favored. It's got to be Toronto, I would think. They won the other night in their first place, yet it's in Edmonton.
And and coming off the loss, you would think the Oilers will play better.
While you look that up, this is our last Scotties curling report for Verge Agriculture. Carrie Einerson's second Scotties championship was very different from her first. Einerson didn't throw her last stone Sunday night in a 9-7 win over Ontario's Rachel Homan in Calgary, in contrast to her nail-biting last draw to beat Homan in an extra end in Moose Jaw last year. Einerson and her teammates also celebrated Sunday in the silence of an empty arena, without applause and adulation from spectators because of the pandemic. Einerson, third Val Sweeting, second Shannon Burchard, and lead Brianne Mayer from Manitoba's Gimli Curling Club were the first to claim back-to-back titles at the Scotties since Homan did it in 2013 and 2014. Now Rachel's lost 3 straight Scotties going back to 2019 when her team lost in an extra end to Chelsea Carey in Sydney. Einerson had a better feel for the conditions on Sunday, ice conditions that is. She controlled most of the game, leading 5-3 after 5 ends and 7-4 after 7. But Homan scored a point in the 8th and stole 2 in the 9th to tie it coming home. Anderson laid 2 in the rings when Homan's attempted freeze slid too deep. And it was game over. I'm calling it a walk-off. Anderson retains the Maple Leaf as Team Canada for the 2022 National Championship in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and picked up $100,000 in first-place prize money. Okay.
Oilers are favored. Leafs are favored by a goal and a half. And the over-under is 6.5 goals. That's the over-under.
They're expecting a lot of goals. Take the under. I'm saying take the under today.
Yeah.
You think?
I think so, too.
Come On Official is the official betting partner of the Rod Pedersen Show. And the Curling Report, sponsored by Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's precision farm tech software free today at vergeag.com. Boy, did we cover a lot today.
Yeah.
People are trying to tell us to go 3 hours. That's not happening.
And the problem in Buffalo is coaching. You said we'd come back to it before.
This is where we started?
It's halfway through before a break.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah. I said
and
you examine it and think about it.
Yeah. Coaching. Not that Ralph Kruger's a bad coach, but when you bring a coach in who can really change the culture, ownership's not controlling culture of the hockey team, I don't think, as much. The coach has that fingerprint, GM coach. So get the right coach in there.
We got lots to kick that
Maybe
around.
It's
Thanks, Pinks. Thanks, Pinks. He's saying Oilers are favored tonight, goal and a half. You're right. That's it. Thanks to Nigel Dube, Alan Millar, Paul Figler. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern on Game Plus. Da-da-da-da-da-da.